Okay. So, according to everything else, I should be live. Just getting a few things sorted out, getting some logins done, which I'm not understanding exactly why I have to log into everything again, but it is what it is. So I've got a video I'm going to try playing at the beginning, and then I will go around the horn of my various social media and see what's going on. Right now I'm just signing into everything again. I'm not sure why I keep getting logged out. I suspect it's something I've set up to happen, so I'm content to leave it. Let me go home, and I'm on YouTube now, and let me check that I'm live. I appear to be live. I'm going to bring up my stream. It's on mute. I am in fact live. Open live chat and say hello to everybody. Okay, now I just scratched my nose a minute ago, so I'm just waiting for the video to show me that so I know how much lag I've got. Hi Prime Knight, it's good to see you. Okay, that's me typing the message. So, bring up Streamlabs. Okay. So, hi Primed, it's good to see you. I hope everything is going well. Let's see if I can get live chat to work on the Streamlabs desktop today. Sign into chat. Okay, you don't want to do that in the Streamlabs desktop, and I'm not frigging with trying to download a new browser right away. Okay, main cam. Okay, there's the second window. Oh, let me get my properties sorted. Transform, stretch to screen. That was already done. I see the Streamlabs dashboard has been updated or altered, and they're telling me they can give me access to sponsorships and thousands of overlays. Really? Let's have a look at that. 9 minutes ago, I was told I could get access to sponsorships and thousands of overlays. Yay! I will minimize that and look at it later, but I will make a note to check that, because if I don't, I'll forget. Anybody who's been following my daily videos, you know that yesterday I put out a video asking about other platforms, and I got some very good feedback, and I think what I will be doing is trying to find a way to stream to all of them simultaneously, which I suspect would probably be too much for my computer at this point. Streamlabs notifications. Okay. All right. I do apologize for being. Yeah, I know I'm a little quiet. I've been kind of talking to myself a little bit, and I'm going to shift the way my microphone is sitting. Normally I have my mic a little closer to my mouth so that you guys can hear me a bit better. Generally, that tends to get in the way of, let me just kill this. So my mic is actually right here. I can put my fingertip on it. It's just below the level of the view, of the camera's view. Actually, I think you can just barely see it coming in at the tips of my fingers there. The reason I generally don't have it right there when I start is because it's directly in front of my keyboard. It's in the way. So, the first thing we're going to have a look at today, and I hope this works, is I'm going to show you this screen. I'm going to hook up a set of earphones, just in case, because I don't want to deafen everybody, or myself. So I'll get these on, get these plugged in. My mic may disappear for a second. It'll be back. But if you guys can still hear me, I think this is one of the funniest things I've seen in quite a while. and I think it's worth showing you guys. Oh, and I have it on mute.
In an act of great deception, they spread around the lie that there's no meaningful difference between...
Pause for a minute and see what everybody in chat has to say. I do apologize for the occasional slurp and plunk. I'm having a coffee as well. Yeah, thanks, Midlife. Definitely appreciate having you here. If you guys can hear me, I've actually got a headset in, and I'm trying to play audio through the stream. So I'm wondering if you can hear all of that. If you can, give me a 4 in the chat, and I'll wait a few seconds. Because I seem to have... Okay, excellent. I wasn't actually speaking when you popped in, and I did have the video paused. Can you guys give me a heads up if you can't hear the video once I started playing again?
Between XX and XY.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there, and I want to know if you guys can hear the video. If you can't, you can hear me, that's excellent. If you can't hear the video, that's fine. I'm not sure how to run sound through Streamlabs, but what I will do, the link is in the description. If you guys want to go and check it out, I highly recommend it. It is very funny. And, okay, I've got an okay from Midlife. Does that mean you can hear the video? I don't want to play it on my speakers into the mic. You can hear the video. Excellent. That is awesome. Okay, I'm only going to play a few seconds of this, but I want you guys to have a look at the link later if you want. But this was absolutely hilarious, and I think it's worth sharing with you guys. I think you'll get a great kick out of it for Sunday, and this will be a bit of a white pillish thing. Well, this particular video will. I make no promises for the content to come. So I'm going to let this play. It's 5 minutes long. I'm not going to let it run all that time. But while that's running, I'm going to grab a link for something else.
Transgender women are as much women as any other woman.
What? We need to get rid of this idea that trans women are men, because we are not. We're not.
It's time for a song.
My choice to be a woman makes me more woman than a lot of women out there.
Ain't I a woman?
This is the beauty of being a woman and having curves.
I'm a girl.
Young man, why'd you think that you pass? I said, young man. Have you been smoking grass? I said, young man. You're in your own sex class and you'll never be a woman. Young man. So you're wearing a dress, I said, young man. But we aren't impressed, I said, young man. Everybody can guess that you're not an actual woman.
That girl, she's a guy.
I guess it must be that Y chromosome can't get away from that Y chromosome. It's It's in every cell, it's in your DNA, and you can't make it go away. It's plain to see, it's that Y chromosome. You're
Okay. That's, I think that's going to be quite enough for that. Let me just get my Streamlabs back up so I can see myself when I kill that video. Okay, excellent. Let me get this off. I really hate wearing earphones for any length of time. And that's part of the reason I'm so happy to get... good gods, don't tell me this is starting to lose frames again. Skipped frames, okay. Since I'm skipping frames, I'm very rapidly going to go around the horn on my other social stuff and get that out of the way so I can close all of those tabs. I forgot to log into Gab. Of course I did. Okay, I'll start at the other end on Parler. On Parler, I have not a single notification. Not a big shock, I barely even know that I have a Parler most of the time. On Minds, I have no notifications. Same problem. MeWe, yet again, I barely use this platform. And, big surprise, no notifications. Over on Getter, I generally do get notifications, and I actually forgot to check my Twitter subscription, or followers. 413, so that's up again from last week. That's awesome. I really appreciate everybody on Getter. On my notifications, 2 live stream notifications, and a mention from Bleach. Hi, Bleach. I don't know if you're actually in the chat yet. I can't see it at the moment. But yes, Getter does seem to have kind of fallen down the... I don't want to say Twitter rabbit hole, or the Twitter pit, but there is a sense of that as far as I'm concerned. Let me see. Okay, over on Gab, which will be the last of the notifications to check. Nothing new. Okay, and that's gone. There we go. Okay. Midlife enjoyed the video. That's cool. And Chrome Knight, Prime Knight says this was a lot better than a video denying the Y chromosome. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Where did I see that last? I think that might have been... I'm not 100% sure, actually. I'd have to check my email just to see when I sent that to myself. Give me just a second, because that will actually tell me exactly when I did send it. Trash. That's this one, and that was sent when? Thursday, 8:55 a.m. So what was I watching at 8:55 a.m. on Thursday? Lotus Eaters. No, that would have been before Lotus Eaters. I'm not sure where that came from. I have a suspicion I found it on the Broken Crown podcast. 1500 or so? I'm not sure what you're referencing there, and it's probably something I just said that I forgot I said. Oh, speaking of numbers, I do want to shout out my subscribers. I'm up to 91. Actually, I was at 90 right before I started the stream, so I absolutely appreciate that. I've got another notification about skipped frames. That was from 2 minutes ago. Okay. So I'm probably having... That's... And it's probably from the YouTube video being opened. Speaking of, I have another... There we are. And unfortunately, guys, I do apologize, but that was the white pill right before... at best, I would call what's coming up here a grayish pill. Or potentially a black... What is it? Grayscale rainbow pill. So, over here, we see that police have begun removing lesbians from the Gay Pride Parade in Cardiff. That's right. The gay people aren't good enough for gay pride anymore. The issue apparently was that the trans contingent felt endangered, or, well, depending on how it was put. Let me just read this for you. So the police removed lesbians from a gay pride parade in Cardiff. And there is a video showing a cop telling a why are they using the term gender critical? I guess because the Daily Mail doesn't want to use the slur TERF. For those who don't know, TERF is TERF, Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminist. These are not our friends' friends. But they are certainly more allied with us than the anti-human segment of society at the moment. So a cop has told a gender-critical women to leave an LGBT, that's right, an L was told to get out of the LGBT because whatever you are, you're causing confrontation with trans groups and their supporters. I have to dance around this just a little bit, but the people who were more highly infused with testosterone in their youth than the lesbians do you think they're more or less likely to be the aggressors in this situation? Now, granted, and I'll put my face back on camera for this, but granted, I've seen some very butch lesbians, but I don't think they're likely to be the aggressors in this situation. Anyway, let's see, where are we? Prime Night, Midlife, rather, says, I'm set up for a live stream at 2 a.m. for HOTD. Oh, House of the Dragon. Very nervous, first time on camera. If you want Midlife, email me the link, and let me know what time zone you're in at 2 a.m. and hit me with the link, and if I'm still awake, because if it's anything close to 2 a.m. here, I'll be asleep. But if not, I will absolutely pop over and support you. Let me just bring me back. Now, as you guys can tell, I don't mind being on camera. I, in fact, prefer to be on camera when I'm talking to you guys. And part of the reason for that is because I'm very aware that with humans, we like to see the faces of the people we're talking to. And I've always had a performer's enjoyment of the spotlight, to say the least. But... Oh, I see chat is going. Let's see. Well on you. Yes, good for you, Midlife. Stay calm. Think about the words you're going to say. Best of luck. Yeah, don't do what I do. Don't wander off into random tangents. Prime Knight says, well, the rejection of the LGB is kicking off. That's been happening for a while, actually. The LGB... what was it? Get the L out of... No, that's not right. But there was a hashtag, there was a hashtag a while ago, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's 10:30 here. I will absolutely pop over. You can see my email, hopefully in the description link, should be there. By all means, email me, and I will absolutely pop in. I'll shill out your stream. One of these days, I'll get these terms right, I swear. But I'll absolutely shill out your stream and encourage people to pop over. You know, a rising tide lifts all ships. And Primed, if I'm not subscribed to you, I'm about to be. Let me just bring this up. And I suspect I am, but... Prime Night. What was that about Grand Cheese? Extreme channel. Okay, no. I have to go channel, I guess. Good God. Okay, same thing for you, Prime Knight. Send me a link and I'll subscribe to you. That's not what I need. I need Streamlabs. There we go. Yeah, there was a hashtag a while ago, get the T out of the, or no, LGB drop the T or something like that. So really, this has been a tension thing that's been coming for a while, which isn't surprising because really, if you look at it in an honest manner, the I'll say trans folk. Trans folk don't really belong in Pride. They should, if they want, what they should have done would have been a better choice for them to do their own event. They even could have called it Trans Pride. But they should have been doing their own event instead of piggybacking off of someone else's. Because lesbian, gay, and bisexual are sexualities. Transgenderism is not. Now, whether you think it's a mental illness or a legitimate problem, medical issue that some people have, I can leave that aside for purposes of this discussion. I can't see him. I don't see any facial hair. Yeah, I felt like taking it off today. So I got rid of the mustache and the beard. Because all of this was going anyway. And sorry if I just blinded anybody by showing off my glorious dome. Morning, Christopher. It's good to see you. Let me see. The gay versus queer. Hi, Billy. I don't think it's really begun because, well, I really... Christopher says, where's my favorite Canadian? Hey, Frenchman. No, my Belgian buddy Christopher, he likes to twist my screws a little bit. Primed is my private. The one I will be creating on will be modern medieval action or MMA. Okay, I think I am subscribed to that then. Short videos on my journey of Buhurt. Now, did I just pronounce that right as a Buhurt? Or Buhurt? No idea. And yeah, I'm practicing rolling my tongue, I suppose is the right term for it, because I watch Spoon make so much fun of Aiden because she can't say boer. And another thing as well, because I'm using my French a little bit more because I have a couple of subscribers and friends who speak a little bit of French, it's nice for me to be able to drop un petit peu de la français en occasion. Actually, I think I just butchered that badly. Especially the last two words, because I meant to say on occasion, not en occasion. Okay, so let's go back to this article briefly. Anyway, so the police have removed lesbians from the Gay Pride Parade in Cardiff. Which... Did anybody have this on their 2022 bingo card? Okay, so Pride Cymru. And yes, the only reason I know how to pronounce Cymru is because I heard Callum on the Lotus Eaters say it the other day talking about Plaid Cymru, which is one of their political parties. So the clip showed a lesbian and a transgender woman shouting at each other on the road, which is true. Though I think the rather butch lesbian might have been the slightly more, in terms of body language, I think she might have been the slightly more aggressive one. If it had come to a physical confrontation, well, I think we all know how that would go. So the activist group Get the L Out UK, which stands against transgenderism, so these are, in fact, extremely radical TERFs from the sound of it. Shared footage from yesterday's Pride event. In the clip, two rival marchers can be seen shouting at each other. Also, earlier on in the clip, police are telling what appears to be a woman, or sounds like a woman, rather, to leave a gay pride march in Cardiff after an officer was filmed telling the gender-critical women to step aside due to confrontation with transgender marchers and their supporters. If you guys have been following Correct Not Political's stuff, he recently did a video where it was quite obvious that the police were favoring the transgender groups. They were telling two sets of protesters, one pro-trans, one anti-trans, or at least not pro-trans, to step back, to leave a clear space. And it was very obvious as the clip went on that the transgender people were moving their line forward while the police were telling the opposing side, I don't know if they were necessarily trans oppositional. If I recall correctly, this was relating to a drag queen story hour event. I would show the clip, Billy. Unfortunately, I don't think it's a good idea for me to do that. So what I will do, I will grab the clip and I will put it in chat because there. I originally saw this on Getter, by the way. Oh, it's in Sultans General anyway. Excellent. Okay, so you guys have the link there in chat now anyway. But yeah, I don't want to take a chance on getting copyright struck twice. I already played a music video, which it's a parody video, and I'm talking about the content of it, so I don't think I'm breaking fair use rules. Organizers of the event, Pride Cymru, have since claimed the lesbian group, seen displaying banners reading "Trans activism erases lesbians," and lesbians don't like penises. If you don't like penises, why do you use dildos? I mean, you made a choice, right? Or you were born not liking penises, pick one. Women are heard replying, "We're lesbians, it's Cardiff Pride." The officer replies, and this is the most beautiful line of the confrontation, "Whatever you are," at the moment is causing confrontation. So, I mean, the simple fact of the matter being that he used this, avoiding gender assumption altogether, that tells you that these officers are completely idealized, or ideologized by the trans lobby. In fact, I'm surprised this fellow isn't wearing a rainbow somewhere on his uniform. Gender critical groups, transgender rights groups continue to clash. Trans activist charity Stonewall has been dropped by the government's legal department. The Tavistock Clinic has been closed, or is closing. Yes, it's being broken up and spread out, but I don't think it's going to continue to have the same dangerous impact on people as it has been. Oh yeah, and the issue of self-ID. I identify as a Texan. Will the Canadian government help me move so that I can live my identity? Right? You know, I believe that I was born in the wrong country. Will the Canadian government help me move so that I can, you know, embrace my identity and live my truth? Anyway, let's go back to that article real quick. I'm going to finish this off, and then I'll talk to you guys a bit. Oh, come on, get rid of that. There we go. Vocal opponents, and of course, J.K. Rowling had to be dragged. Why does J.K. Rowling's age matter? Someone explain that to me. Why does J.K. Rowling's age have anything to do with this? Gender Identity Service at Tavistock and Portman NHS Foundation Trust will be replaced by regional centres at existing children's hospitals. If they're honestly going to provide more holistic care, then I don't necessarily have a problem with that, because that means that they're going to... You are awesome, midlife. You are absolutely awesome. You keep identifying as that, you shining beautiful diamond, you. Yeah, I mean, whatever you are, come on. What the hell is a cotton... you know something? I don't think I want to know. I don't want to know the answer to the question, what is the cotton ceiling? I do like this, though. Lesbians don't like penises. Yeah. Oof. What else have we got here? Hithlu? I think. I can never remember what the double D stands for. Like, what phonetic it is in Welsh. To make sure you're safe, we're going to remove you from the road. Yeah, it's got nothing to do with making sure nobody impedes the trans. And the woman replies saying, "You should be able to protect lesbians in a pride march." Absolutely. We can have further conversations about reasons why at the side of the road. Otherwise, you are going to be removed from the road. And yeah, I absolutely agree. This is significant bullshit. Yeah, lesbians in danger at a pride march. And the police tell them to get out. Yeah. Came out as a lesbian in the 70s. Just how ridiculous and sideways things are going. Oh, for... Really? Erasing the L. Wow. Misogyny is alive and well. Yes, because once they've stopped being males, they're still... misogynists. Lawrence Fox. For the record, I think you should absolutely go check out the trailer for My Son Hunter, starring Lawrence Fox. That looks like it's going to be absolutely clown-pilling. They were removed because they stood in the road and stopped the Pride Parade from continuing, not because they were lesbians. Yeah, sure. Hate. Yeah. Copper's doing his job, and he's right with what he's saying. No. Well, if it's... And this is interesting. It's not to do with your sexuality. It's just making sure peace is kept. Your sexuality has nothing to do with this, so don't make it a point to discuss. Well, then why do the trans people need to be involved in Pride? Pride is all about sexuality. Removing homophobes. Yes, those terrible homophobic lesbians. Okay, that's enough stupid for one day. I don't need to bring on any more. Let's see. Oh, Christopher's complaining about the sound again. You're going to have to get better hearing aids. Okay, all the way back. Let's see. Billy Blogs, did you see the gay dressed up like a baby in a motorized wheelchair? I did not, and I'm quite happy. Prime Knight says, what? That's disgusting. Showing adult diapers is signaling I'm incontinent. That's vile. Agreed. Christopher complaining about the sound. Billy says it was more like a toddler than a baby. Patriot Brunchcast. Hi, Patriots. Good to see you. Nothing in that video you linked does anything to make those lesbian ladies look bad as far as I'm concerned. Well, there is that very aggressive stance that one takes, but yeah, you know, it's not that bad. Midlife says, I identify as awesome, and you absolutely should, you shining beautiful diamond, you. The Tavistock Institute should be obliterated, not be allowed to spread. Christopher says, I identify as rich. Gods, don't we all, right? Billy says, the best outcome. I won't say that on YouTube, but degeneration Delenda-esque. Yeah. So anyway, I've gone around the horn. I gotta get that off my other screen. That's disgusting. What can I throw up there instead? I know. Actually, I have a better idea. Let's go with this. And, oh, that's interesting. Now, I've been working on my live streams lately on Juniper. And I didn't realize that Juniper is this widely distributed. This is from Utah, in the desert, and this is a juniper tree. That's really quite interesting. But let's see if we can get Juniper Newfoundland. And just for the sake of checking, I'm going to go back to all and make sure it's not actually... Juniper is the most common tree in the Northern Hemisphere. Why don't we use it for more stuff? Are there juniper trees in Newfoundland? CubeToronto.com, I think I can tell you, yes, there are juniper trees in Newfoundland. 2 native species, common juniper, low-growing evergreen, sharp-pointed needles. Trailing juniper grows much closer, has short overlapping leaf-like needles. So the common juniper is what I believe I've been working with. I don't know what that's supposed to be. 21 tree species in the province. Cool. Most common being balsam fir, what we call a spruce tree. And for the record, if you've ever had the opportunity to work with fir, it smells amazing when you're cutting it. I wouldn't say it smells like Christmas, but it definitely smells wonderful. I had the opportunity a few years back that I was working with some very, very well-seasoned very well-seasoned balsam fir, and shaped myself a toothpick out of it, which was substantial for a toothpick, but I poked that in my face, and it tasted amazing, and yeah, makes great gin. Juniper is what's used for gin. Let me see, the best outcome. And Billy says he's only heard of it being used in gin. Yeah, that's juniper berries, I believe. Oh, and I just realized I didn't even bring back this. Let me see. In gin, I believe it's juniper berries, but I could be wrong. Yeah, juniper is the one botanical required for gin to be gin. Juniper is the only botanical in all gins. Cones, juniper cones. Okay, juniper. Yeah, juniper berries, juniper bush. This may not be the same juniper I'm working with then. Looks to be. No. Chinese juniper. Let's see here. These are... Let me see if I can get a bigger picture of that brought up. Huh. That looks more like what we call blueberries. No, okay, that's definitely something different. And I don't believe it's the same species. This, I think, is... that looks like a fern. Oh, it's a spreading juniper. So this is the juniper horizontalis, I think it was called. Yeah, Juniperus horizontalis. So that's not the same species I'm working with at all. What I'm working with is the Juniperus communis. Oh, damn it, that's way too close to communism. I'm going to have to stop working with that stuff. The hardwood found in the region is mainly white birch. White birch is an awesome wood. To call it a hardwood is being a little generous. Scientific classification aside, it's a very soft wood. Billy, you're asking me about neem tree. I'm not going to Google that on stream, because this isn't my first day on the internet, and I'm not falling for that, so you go ahead and explain that joke in chat, just in case it's a joke. No matter the stream, Ardent will find a way to talk about his wood. Yes, I will. I'm very proud of my wood. Just to humor Billy, and not to make him feel put out, I will Google neem tree. I just won't show you guys the results until I see it. Yeah, no. We're not going to be talking about indica on this stream. I have enough of a substance use past as it is. Okay. Oak trees. There are oak trees in Newfoundland. Oh, sorry. I'm not showing the right screen. It wasn't a trick this time. Well, it did say something about indica, and I was getting away from that rather quickly. I don't think it's something I can reference on stream on YouTube. But, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't a trick this time. Yeah, see, like, I don't know my subs well, right? So, let's see. Are there any oak trees in Newfoundland? There are. None of them are native. Red oak is commercially cultivated. We have boreal forest, which, let me see here. Sometime in the next few days, you guys may get to see me hiking through. Or at least I will do a short live stream once I've completed a hike. I need to go and try and find some juniper branches, because I intend to finish that flute one way or another. And I think part of the problem, part of the reason all the pieces have been cracking / exploding, is because I've been working with wood that's very old. At least 2 years seasoning. And I think that may have been one of my mistakes. Get back up there. Excuse me. I also wanted to get my face off camera before I burped. Are there maple trees? Yes, it's uncommon, but it is known. Maple trees in Newfoundland. And yes, I do realize I've gone off on quite the tangent. But I'm pretty sure you guys are used to that. This is the official flower of Newfoundland, and you have to love a region that decides that a carnivorous plant is the one we're going to make our botanical emblem, I guess. But they're only showing the picture here, and I actually want to show you the entire plant because it's actually a very nice looking plant. It's not exactly a flower, but it is attractive if I can find it. How's that one? No, doesn't show the whole plant. Yeah, okay. I will never understand why people don't get the entire plant in a shot. You can see the pictures here. Like, they are beautiful colors. And generally what happens here is you get rainwater will mix with an enzyme from the plant itself. And let's go up, try. That would be in the bogs. Okay, and here you can actually see the entire plant in this picture. So bring this up. Oops. Takes a minute for Brave to catch up sometimes. Oh, I did want to copy it. I want to open it in a new tab. There we are. And there. And I mean, it's not a particularly ugly plant, but yeah, it's kind of hard to really describe it if you've never actually seen one up close. But it is very pretty, and extremely illustrative of that whole nature red in tooth and claw thing. As far as I'm aware, there is nothing about that plant that you can eat safely. Yeah, and that's a purple one apparently. It is insectivorous technically, but yeah, I mean it's not ugly by any means, but it also isn't a flower. I don't think. Let's solve that question right quick. Is the pitcher plant a flower? Well, we'll have to go back to all. And you watch it be Quora comes up first. Sarracenia flower. They're calling it a flower. Bring this up. This will show you the distribution. Really? I have to go to Wikipedia and then go to that image. I hate using Wikipedia. Huh. So they have pitcher plants down in Louisiana. No, wait. This is Louisiana here. That would be... Is this Mississippi here? Okay. Christopher. I imagine Ardent going to a friend's house and seeing a nice tree. He'll be like, that's a nice tree you have. It would be a shame if someone would work it. No, I would never say something like that. What I would say would be, oh, either that tree needs pruning. Would you mind if I did it so that I can harvest the wood? Or, hey, if you go to knock that tree down, let me know. I want the wood. I would never actually encourage someone to do anything like that. So I'm going to have to depend on... Now, I know this is Florida along here. That would be Georgia here, I think. Pitcher plants that look like schlongs. No. And I don't think they do. But I'm trying to figure out if... I think this might be Georgia here. And then this would be Mississippi. I know this is Louisiana because it's shaped like a boot. The same as the area of Newfoundland that I'm from, which is this area. As badly rendered as this image is. Louisiana, Texas, Louisiana, Florida. I know Florida and Georgia. Wood Mafia art and fan fiction coming soon. Oh gods. The ironic thing is I've never played a druid playing any of the role-playing games I play. Midlife says, Billy, I think you might need to see a doctor. Billy says, neem oil is used for organic farming and medicines. Very useful and interesting stuff. Okay, maybe I had it wrong, but I thought neem was some sort of marijuana derivative or relative. I do apologize for picking my nose on stream a little bit. My nose is running a little bit because it's very humid here, and I'm having coffee, and I'm talking a lot. Okay, so it's definitely not a marijuana derivative. Let me bring that up. Neem oil. It's a vegetable oil pressed from the fruits and seeds of the neem tree, indigenous to the Indian subcontinent, been introduced in many areas in the tropics. Most important commercial available product is neem and is used for organic medicines, organic farming and medicines. Triterpenoid. Oh, it's a steroid precursor. Huh. Imagine that would be good for someone who's working out. And of course, traditional Indian medicine, Ayurveda. Limited existence for its use in treating acute skin toxicity and head and neck cancer chemotherapy involving cisplate. Okay. So it's used for a bunch of stuff. That's cool. Yeah, I do realize that, but I saw the word indica and I didn't want to, I honestly didn't want to risk YouTube coming down on me for discussing drugs. Let me see. Billy responds to Midlife Nerded. Billy, I think you might need to see a doctor. Billy responds, I do. Yeah, we could all use a good doctor once in a while. So, on this image, I was hoping one of you guys would know your southern or southeastern American geography, because I'm trying to figure out if this is Mississippi and this is Georgia, or if this is Georgia, this is Mississippi, and this is Alabama. Maybe this is Alabama. I don't know. But, anyway, Wood Mafia. When Christopher said the word Wood Mafia, I immediately thought of one of these creatures. That is a treant from Dungeons and Dragons. It's actually a very nice image of one as well. You guys might be more familiar with Treebeard from Lord of the Rings. In Lord of the Rings, Tolkien simply called them Ents. What I suspect is in Dungeons and Dragons they added the word tree so as not to risk any sort of copyright infringement. Anyway, I will turn off that second monitor. I've got about 10 minutes or so left to talk to you guys. Kill that. Okay. So, hopefully everything is going well for you guys. Let me see. Billy says he's not even sure if you can get an appointment these days. Yeah, it's extremely difficult to get to see anyone for anything a lot of the time. A lot of people seem to still be really terrified by the unspecified virus of unknown origin, to quote the Critical Drinker. So, probably not later today. Oh, I did make, from the ruins of the last flute that I destroyed, I piddled around, or I should say, I allowed inspiration to guide me. And I was having a conversation on Discord about different Marvel movies and things like that, and the topic of Blade came up. And I remember the original iteration of Blade back in the 60s, 70s, I think more 70s. He had a set of teak, well, they called them daggers, but they were really more just stakes. And I was screwing around with the idea of making a stake, and I was just bored sitting there talking anyway. So, my hands needing something to do besides smoke, I started working this piece of wood. And I essentially made what looks like a horn-shaped stake out of it. I will be showing you guys that on, my live stream. Well, obviously my shed streams are random. And I'm keeping it that way for a reason. I don't want to try to schedule a stream in the shed because the weather can change, real life can get in the way, any number of things could happen. Let me see. Billy says, stop picking carnivorous penis plants. Cambodian environmental officials, please. Look that up for a laugh. Oh dear God. I'm gonna be sorry. But yeah, okay. Give me a second. New tab. Put that up there. Okay. Stop picking carnivorous penis plants. Cambodian. Plead. I won't need environmental officials. Oh, the women are picking them. Okay. So they're not radical feminists then, for sure. Let me bring... okay, I need to change the properties of that. Is that the right... Oh my gods. I can't show that on stream. Okay, I think I can get away with showing that much of the image. Excuse me. Where are we? Okay, no, that's not working properly anyway. Yeah, Billy, I wouldn't be able to show that on stream anyway. Oh, it's women on TikTok. Of course it's women on TikTok. Let's see. No one cares in the UK anymore. I take it you're talking about the masking and restrictions and things midlife. I absolutely agree. Most people here have basically given up. I never did care. I've done university level biology courses, had friends who were doing medical science courses, had friends who were doing organic chemistry, molecular biology courses. I mean, we all talked about the things we were doing. It was one of the beautiful things about having conversations with your friends, as opposed to simply playing a game with someone on the same team and then logging off and not speaking to them any further. It's actually one of the things I really like about Discord, because it encourages people to game together, but also to talk to each other. Billy Blogg says he knows the origin. Yeah, well, you know, it's not like we don't. Christopher Ever, Blade was awesome. Now, I was talking about the original comics. The old school, old school now because they came out in the 90s. The original Blade movies were very, very good. I watched them all again recently. Trinity, I mean, it suffers, but that seemed to be serving more as a vehicle for... I don't know if they were trying to push Ryan Reynolds or Jessica Biel, or both, and kind of failed. Dominic Purcell, who played Dracula in that movie, or as they called him, Drake, he was awesome. He went on to play Heatwave, Rory, or was it Mac Rory? I can't remember exactly. Mick Rory, that's what it was, in DC's Legends of Tomorrow. The first couple of seasons he's in, he's my absolute favorite character. And then they kind of pussyfy him a little bit, and that kind of irritated me. I was really looking forward to someone who was basically going to be no holds barred, get the job done, barely not villain kind of level character. But they pulled all the testosterone out of him as soon as they could. Let's see. Yeah, Blade was awesome. They did an animated Blade as well, I think. And possibly a live-action TV show? I can't remember for sure. But apparently there's a new Blade coming. We'll see if it's any good. Midlife says there's a good new horror called Day Shift. Lots of Blade vibes. Day Shift. Is that one animated? Because I think I've seen a clip from it, and it did... Oh, no, I've seen a trailer for it. Netflix? But it did look good. Jamie Foxx, fun, fight choreography, very good. Oh, if a film has got great fight choreography, I'm down. Every single time. I'm always into the fight choreography. Christopher says he's scared of the new Blade adaptation coming soon. The first two movies were just plain perfect. No, that second movie had some serious problems too. The third one, like I said, was far worse, but the second one had some problems too. I do know my volume level is very low. I do apologize. At some point, I'm going to have to figure out what the problem is. Let's see. News sites like the Daily Mail. Yeah, I think that was a Daily Mail article that I found for that penis plant. that is worth looking up, by the way, everybody else. Had to fight the paint program to get the banner somewhat normal. Yeah, paint can be a little bit finicky to use. Billy blogs, New York Post, government warns women to stop playing with endangered penis plants. Billy says, was Blade always Blade? It depends on the backstory you read. The 70s Blade was pretty much always Blade. The Snipes version was, well, it was the 90s, so everything had to be updated, grittier, violenter, and much more, black leather and steel. But, if they'd made a good Musketeers adaptation in that era, it probably would have been really good. Let's see. And Billy again, poor old Wesley Snipes, he was misled to think he could avoid taxes. He had the money to get a second opinion. Christopher says, I know they took liberty with Blade comics lore, but seriously, the second Blade movie is my favorite movie. Yeah, it was directed by Guillermo del Toro, and Norman Reedus plays a really good character in that. If you like... Wait, what? Billy Bloggs says, I meant to say black, not Blade. Oh, was Blade always black? Yes. He's always been a black character. Which, I think someone should gender and race swap him into a petite ginger redhead short stack. No, I'm kidding. Absolutely not. I was one of the people who was really upset when they cast Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One, when they had so many Asian actors they could have used. But of course they wanted to avoid angering China by making the Tibet connection. For the record, Tibet is not part of China, and China, as far as I'm concerned, is West Taiwan. That's where the legitimate government lies. Yes, YouTube, I don't give a flying fuck what you think about that. Was Blade black? Yeah, Blade has never not been black. He was a blaxploitation character, essentially. But please don't, Prey just pissed me off. I haven't seen it, I won't see it, and I just don't care. I used to love I still love the Predator movies, the first two, the only good ones. And yeah, I am very much aware that Predator 2 has its problems. Let me see if I can get my second monitor captured again. New window. And I will actually show you some images of the 70s Blade, because I don't think Marvel is going to copyright strike me for that. And remember that 70s Blade, hang on, came out in the same era as Luke Cage. So not exactly, let's see if I can find a good image here. Okay, I'm going to start with this image on, no, actually I won't. Okay, I think that might be a good one to, yeah, that's a good one to go with. Okay, bring that up. Perfect. And done. And the second monitor. Beautiful. Okay. Sunburnt vampire. That's mean, but not wrong. The Prey Predator movie is good. The ending and focus on women is not... No, I'm sorry. They lost me in the trailer when that little girl threw an axe into a tree with a rope attached to it, pulled it back, and it came directly back to her hand. That does not work that way in the real world. And that completely destroyed my Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm ranting without being on camera. But that completely destroyed my ability to suspend my disbelief. And, you know, the idea that a tiny little Native American woman is going to be capable of taking on a creature that absolutely wrecked a fully equipped, fully trained, probably roided out the gills special forces unit, no, kiss my arse. There's no way in hell. So this is Blade. This is the 70s Blade. Green goggles, because vampires can hypnotize you by looking you in the eye. Can I get that a little bigger? Yeah, that's good. Okay. Don't ask me about the boots, and apparently nobody's ever been able to draw feet well. Liefeld. But these are the teak daggers. They're obviously just stakes, which might have a bit of cord wrapped around them, or just be carved. But this was basically the 70s Blade. Get that back to where it belongs. There we go. And obviously you've got the great character played by Wesley Snipes. I mean, this grin, this moment, this was the sort of hero that I really wanted to see in a movie at the time. Someone who obviously revels in the violence and has a great time inflicting it on creatures that deserve it. Let me see. Billy and Christopher are staking out their stances on the newest Predator movie. Very much a Mary Sue thing, in my opinion. Let me see here. Christopher says the Prey Predator movie is good. Ending and focus on woman is annoying. Do a disservice to the movie, which is a shame. Fun fact, it was not supposed to be a Predator movie. It wasn't supposed to be a Predator movie. What was it meant to be? Some sort of monster hunter sort of deal? Or, like, did they just insert the Predator in substitution for some other sort of monster? Or what? Yeah, Prime Night. Predators can lift cars. Yeah. And the Primal Predator, Midlife says the Primal Predator has an IQ lower than my tortoise. Yeah, advanced alien species conquers, we'll assume, faster than light travel. Uses pointy stick for a weapon. Shad from Shadiversity will absolutely love that, because he's a big fan of stick, as am I. But, yeah. And from what I understand, they nerfed the hell out of the technology the Predator had. This Predator... Yeah, Christopher Everett is just getting to that point. Yeah, this Predator is ancient tech, primitive. Totally understand the criticism, and I agree with you, but I enjoyed it, except the ending. Now, there is a difference between enjoying a movie and shitting all over a movie. There are really terrible movies that I absolutely love. Blade Trinity is a good example. It's a terrible movie, but I loved it. And there are some really, really underappreciated movies that I really wish people... Better than lame stick with string. Yeah. Don't break your stick and tie it together and think that's better than a stick. Loads of flaws in the Prey movie. Yeah, I've heard that. Billy Blog, she lets most of her tribe's hunters get slaughtered by the Predator, beats up French hunters, and kills the Predator. Suspension of disbelief incredibly difficult. Yeah. Christopher, yeah, they stick the Predator franchise at the end of script writing. Okay, so they just poked it in. Like at the 11th hour, producer said, "Yo, boys, we need to make this a Predator franchise." Oh, gods. Why do people do this? If you want to write a Predator movie, write a Predator movie. I mean, these things conquered faster than light travel, or at least interstellar travel. One of the things I did actually kind of enjoy about the Aliens vs. Predator backstory was the idea that the Predators had essentially farmed aliens for sport. That made them far more badass. The farming flail is the only acceptable lame stick. Well, yeah, that's just a small stick with a big stick attached that you can reach out and stick somebody with. Oh my. And of course I've gotten yanked off my topic again. Yeah, Prime Night a while ago said Predators can lift cars. Yeah, what was the There's a scene in one of the first two movies where the Predator is holding this really big dude up, and it's obvious that he's having no trouble doing it. Skin suiting. Christopher made a point about how they put the Predator franchise on almost like painting over a surface at the end of screenwriting. But skin suiting a franchise on top of an already completed movie is absolutely terrible. It would be the same as taking, say, the Fifth Element script and putting Star Wars elements into it. Come to think of it, I could see that working. But it would be very weird to see Zorg suddenly pull out a lightsaber out of nowhere, for example. Although Gary Oldman would make an amazing Sith Lord. Predator 2, thank you, Midlife. The first AVP movie is good and improved both franchises. The female hero of AVP is not a Mary Sue. Now, that female hero, she's played by Sanaa Lathan. In the comics, and I was really hoping this was where they were going with that storyline. In the comics, she gets essentially adopted by a Predator tribe. I really wish they had followed that storyline, because it would have satisfied both sets of people watching it. It would have satisfied the comics fans because it would have been actually honoring the source material, and it would have satisfied the SJWs because, hey, look, strong woman. Billy Blogs, her entire motive is, I want to be a hunter because the boys don't think I can. Yeah, it's Captain Marvel. Right? I'm going to do this because you say I can't. She becomes the warrior chief. Oh, for God's sakes. Needless to say, her tribe gets annihilated. Yeah, good chiefing. The clue is in the drawings and the credits. The Proto-Predator clips are great as the alien is a massive lobster-like thing and Van Damme is pissed in it. Oh yeah, the original clips. Yeah. They did throw in the old pistol to link it with Predator 2, which, I would have been absolutely... Okay, a note to Hollywood screenwriters. You don't have to explain everything. You don't need to leave nothing for the fans to theorize about. The original Star Wars movie, fans theorized, how are lightsabers made? How does the Force work? How do droids work? Are they sentient? Are they not? Right? And that's something I'm surprised the newer movies didn't cover, whether or not they're sentient. Because that would essentially mean 3PO was committing suicide. Except he wasn't, because he could be copied and pasted. Yeah. Kevin Hall. Oh no, I'm thinking about Kevin Nash, sorry. Kevin Hall was the guy in the original Predator suit on film. It wasn't Van Damme was hired, but he didn't end up doing it. The Neguchi human adopted. I think it was her name, Neguchi. May have been. It's been a long time. I can't remember. Also, as I said, the Thing for no apparent reason. If it oh yeah, no. All there were a bunch of different things. I'm honestly shocked no one talked about being a sexual tyrannosaur. Don't worry, the Predators get the pistol when they come back to wipe out her entire tribe. Well, obviously, they had to have the pistol. It's like this Lord of the Rings thing that Amazon is doing. Sorry, Lord of the Rings-esque thing that Amazon is doing. They're putting black elves and black Harfoots and black dwarves in. Okay, awesome. That's really cool. Unfortunately, you put them 1,000 years before everybody was white. So when's the Holocaust? It's just terrible writing. They could have done for $1 billion, you could have done something so epically awesome and made it something new. Predators get the pistol. Prime Night. The story of the Flintlock pistol in Predator 2 has a comic about it. Oh, awesome. The Black Giant was the Predator. Sexual Tyrannosaur. One of my favorite lines from that first movie. I was, 11 or 12 when Predator came out? Just a second. I had to see. And I'm going to be cutting this off here pretty soon. Predator film. Predator was written in 84 under the working title of Hunter. Filming March. The film was released on June 12th, 1987. I was 11 years old when I saw Predator. So, and it very well may have been the very first on-screen reference to sex that I ever saw. My Predator retrospective, first video I've hit 1K views on. Best handshake ever. You son of a... Yeah, absolutely. And Midlife, please send me a link to your channel. Actually, don't worry about it. If I can find your channel in a hurry, I will. Midlife Nerded. YouTube. Midlife C64. Faith No More. This is really... I hate YouTube search results sometimes. Midlife Nerded, YouTube. I think I have you. Yes, I do. And you have a new subscriber. I am subscriber number 44? 43. Let's refresh and see. 44. Congratulations, you have 44 subscribers. Bring back Streamlabs. Black man who was 7 feet tall was wearing the Predator suit in the only good Predator movies, as far as I know. Yeah, that was Kevin Hall, right? Wasn't he black? I'm not even going to bother to look that up right now. Yandex. Yeah, I've been looking at Yandex. If you guys noticed when I brought up the other screens... No, the link didn't come through. I haven't given anyone a wrench, so... Actually, let me have a look and see if I can give somebody a wrench. Oh, I can't do it from this screen. Just a second. Can I wrench you? Put user in timeout, go to channel, pin message, add moderator. Ah, sweet. Prime Night, congratulations, you are now a moderator. Don't kick anybody without asking me first. And if you'd be so kind, suppress the Russian sex bots when they come in. Anyway, Jim Hopper. Stranger Things is named after the guy that Dutch knew from the dog tags. I always thought he was saying Harper. But then again, Schwarzenegger's Austrian accent is so bloody thick. He says California. Oh. And now, Primed, I expect you to abuse that power. But no more than I would abuse it. Wait, no. Don't do anything I... No, wait. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it here, guys. Yeah, there's not a lot else for me to say. I will be doing something random. Billy, you have my email address. It's in the description. Send me whatever the hell you want. Yeah, Hopper. Yeah, Jim Hopper. Yeah, okay, I can see it now with Arnold's accent. Arnold, get to the chopper. There's a comedian who does a great Schwarzenegger impression, and he says all you really have to do is gargle at the end of every word. Get to the chopper. We'll kick trolls and sex bots. Trim falls into trolls as he's Norwegian. No. Had to think about that one. Hawkins, the town, is named after Hawkins as well. Oh, that's cool. Link. Can I? Oh, no, I'm on the wrong screen. Open link, a new tab. See if I'm subscribed. I am not. And I am now. Refresh. Am I your first subscriber? I am your first subscriber. Hey, how about that? Never been somebody's first before. What was that about? I'm surprised I didn't have someone have... Yeah. Cocaunium? Have someone. Nothing yet. We'll get collar mic before starting making shorts. Okay. Yeah, I've played with the idea of getting like a lav mic or a lapel mic or whatever. No, I'd end up... I fidget too much. I'd end up tearing the thing to pieces. I do have to ask Christopher what he means by that cocaunium comment. And then I'm actually going to get out of here. Woohoo, now to be cancelled. Hey, if I'm still on this platform, there's very minimal likelihood. Then again, I only just hit 91 subscribers, so who knows. So yeah, just waiting to see what Christopher's cocainium comment was about, and then I'm going to get out of here. Anyway, in the meantime, thank you all for being here. I absolutely appreciate the opportunity to talk to every single one of you. I do understand my sound is low, which I will finally make a note about. And deal with that at some point this week. I've still got a fair bit of... I found a lot of powder and so said cocainium. Oh, gods. Oh, Arnold's a Russian. Is that Red Heat? Or was that Raw Deal? No, Raw Deal was Jim Belushi. Wait, no, Red Heat was him and Jim Belushi, wasn't it? If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's the one where Arnold is arresting somebody at the very beginning. Actually, it might be the scene you're referencing as well, where he rips this guy's leg to the side and everybody goes, "Ugh!" And it turns out to be a fake leg full of cocaine. Condenser mic with arm has revolutionized my audio. That's actually what I'm using, is a blue snowball, and it seems to work really well. It's just a matter of tweaking my sound and things like that. Now, usually when I'm doing this, I don't want to overtax my computer, and I'm sure you guys can probably hear the fan. But as you'll notice, when I open too many tabs, I start dropping frames, and I don't want to take the chance on ending up with my streams just cutting out. I do need a more powerful computer. I am perfectly aware of that. It's just a matter of not being a poor at some point. Prime Knight says, "See you soon, Foundlander." It's better than calling me Old Foundlander, I guess. Anyway, guys, I hope you all had at least as good a time as I did, and I will see you guys